Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan. How are you doing? Welcome to another streaming Saturday with VM Campos. Hey, that's me. So welcome to the show. If you're new, I stream Magic Arena every Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time, West Side. And I play Magic on the ladder. I do 1v1, I brawl, we check out the events and all of that. In addition to that, we also do a card of the day, a vintage card of the day. We also do quotes of the day and the question of the day. We also look at magic news of the day. There's a lot of magic news at the moment to talk about. So much news, you won't even believe it. And then also art. My art and such, and other self-promo. So that's what we're in store for today. Welcome, everyone that is coming today. Apologies that last week I was not on the stream. I had to take a little time off. I had a headache. And we're back this week, however. So we're going to do, first of all, a little bit of doing the dailies just to kind of get in the flow of some gameplay as people come and stop by. We'll do some drafts, some special events. We'll talk about the recent bans. We'll talk about the previews. So many previews to talk about. We'll just hang out and have fun and talk Magic. So switching over to the game. The first thing that I see... Not sure why Magic Arena is not appearing on the screen there. It should be appearing. Oh, I see. Okay, so I guess let me just do something right here. Control R? Okay, let me restart that. Let's come back for that one quick moment here. I guess we'll switch over here for a moment while that restarts. Silly me. Arena just had a big update, and I guess it was in like elevated permissions or something, and so the stream software wasn't picking it up. That was one of the things I should have tested, of course, before this. I swear I know what I'm doing. But, okay, let's see if it works now. That started up again. Let's go back to the game. Come on. There we go. Okay, that works. There we go. So we got Magic Arena up here at the moment. And what's the first thing that I see here? We've got these banned announcements and suspensions. Like, really, what's going on with suspensions? Like, suspensions aren't even real. Anyway, so Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention are banned in Standard and suspended in Historic. So this pops up right here. The following cards have been added to the Historic suspension list. They are not playable in Historic unless removed, but can still be used in direct challenges. So if I want to wreck you with my Agent of Treachery, we got to do it 1v1. And same thing with Standard. So these two cards are banned in Standard at the moment. And if you look in the fine print at the bottom, it says, you will receive equivalent wild cards if these cards are eventually banned. Now, I had to do the restart, so I didn't see if it said it a moment ago, but I think it said the same thing for Standard. We'll say, okay, and then, okay, here's even the bigger thing right here. This is the thing that's like sending shockwaves through the world of Magic. I'm totally shook, as you can tell. Companions have changed. The old rule. If your starting deck meets the companion's restrictions, you may choose it to be your companion and cast it once from outside the game. Even that ruling is much longer, which means you have to pay the mana for the companion at any point at sorcery speed, I believe. So if you had a 3 mana companion, you can play it on turn 3, you're ready to go. Here's a new rule. If your starting deck meets the companion's restrictions, you may choose it to be your companion. Okay, that's the same. Once per game, you may pay 3 at any time you could cast a sorcery to put your chosen companion into your hand. Basically now, it's you've got to pay 3 generic mana to move it from your companion zone or the, technically the sideboard, into your hand. Then you can cast it for regular. So normally a card that would cost you 3 to cast directly from the companion zone into the battlefield now costs 6. 3 to put it into your hand, and then 3 to actually cast it. So some companions will get weakened, like Loras right there, Zirda. And then others are no big deal because I already needed 6 mana, and I'll get to the 6 mana later, and I'm going to control the game and so forth. So that's what's happened there. So click OK on that. There's kind of like no pop-ups or anything that tell me that things have changed. So companions nerfed? That's a question there in the chat. And again, we've got other stuff to talk about. So there's the brand new core set 2021 that's coming with a brand new where is it over here? There's a brand new, see, can we see like a large version of it? I can't really see a large version of it, but there's a brand new companion. I mean, not a companion. There's a brand new dog lord, because all previously known hounds have become dogs. So now there's a new companion, a new lord for it. So there's that. Let's see what the daily deals are for today. Nothing that I care about at all. Okay. Yeah, so pets. Yeah, there we go. It's Darius Osworth Gerhardt the Fourth is the companion that I could get at this point. Puppet Chase as well. So I guess that's kind of cute. I won't get it, of course, because cats rule and dogs drool. Okay, so let's... there's also a bunch of events that we could play. You could win 1,000 experience. There's a bunch of banned stuff. Okay, anyway, we'll look at all of that in just a moment. Let's do some of these dailies first of all. So cast 20, white or red, or cast 20. Let's see if we can get like a better... No, that's still 500. And what about this one? Oh, there's only one you can do. Okay, so white or blue versus white or red. Do I have anything good as a mono white? Do I have anything good? Well, yeah, I've got Lurrus. Lurrus in... Yeah, Lurrus is mono white. Let's try Lurrus a little bit, even though now we've got the new companion rule. I still never cast Lurrus exactly on curve, so I think I'm okay with that. But let's just play a few of these. Let's play a few of these matches just to get these dailies, get these rewards and everything. Opponent goes first. This is not amazing. Yeah, it's kind of all right. Yeah, 1 mana, you might say. 1 mana, that's... What are you doing, VM Campos? Yeah, well, you know, with 1 mana, I can do all my things here, such as bring out a 1/1 that's got menace. Then later I can do like God's Willing and all this other cool stuff. I guess they're gonna... Oh, Stormfist Crusader, that's also got menace. Okay, well, let's see about this. Let's see what else they do here. I would have loved to have gotten that extra mana just to be on track, but let's see what we get here. So I'm fine losing both my critters here, and I gain 1 life, but they'll probably have a trick to wipe both of mine out. Nope. Okay, fine. Gains me a life. Grim Dancer is nice. They will definitely put lifelink on it. Yeah, let's do this game over. I can't believe here that after all of these draws, there's still no lands. And like, if you say, are you sure you should have taken that? Like, the odds of not being able to get lands that fast are astronomical. Okay, so we've got here, they're definitely in black. They're trying to aggro a bit, so we'll do some life gains there. Lock those creatures down. What do we want to do here? Well, guess we don't really need the Hushbringer. Need that Decree. Well, need some blockers for the Aegis. The Blessing, the Eyes. We'll try it this way. So 926 Ozro is the opponent. Get to go first. Got some stuff going on. Okay. So probably what I'll do is turn one hawk. Oops, my opponent is rage. My opponent is rage. What do you call it? Rage mulliganing. There we go. So once you get triggered like that, then if you get 2 bad mulligans, let's see if they stole back the play first. If I get it again, they'll probably rage quit after that. Okay, so they said, okay, that's my big brain trick. I'll do that. So once again, this is a terrible hand, but I'm just trying to get the dailies, and then they rage quit on that. Yeah, like what's going on with the algorithm? I swear, sometimes this algorithm is totally weird. Now, I've been through gold rank before, so that's why it's kind of like pushing me fast past it. That was 4 whole pips. 4 whole ticks or whatever. Oh yeah, they've got to fix this freaking bug. Well, they haven't fixed this bug yet? It used to be that if you picked a mode, it remembered your mode, and now it forgets your mode. So what is even going on with that? So how's everyone doing so far today? Did you have a productive day? Got some stuff done, hopefully. Is my Twitch stream running okay? I'm having trouble with that yet again. So I guess that's not amazing, but I guess what we can do here is turn 1 healer, turn 2 eyes, turn 3 stone coil. Let's see what happens with that. Supposedly Twitch is telling me I am unstable. I don't know what the difference is between other times that I've streamed, but I swear I know why. It's because everyone's at home using so much data, and it's like slowing down everything. Turn 3 Lurus to bring it into my hand. I guess instead I would rather get a turn 3. I could cancel that, make it even bigger. Let's try that for a bit. Let's make that stone coil even bigger. Let's see if I don't get my hawk murdered, because I am moving forward through the... Did they miss a land drop? Nope. They're just doing the big brain play of not doing it until the second time around. Great, that's genius. Okay, so right here what I can do to make my hawk even larger, just get so much great life gain, tap a thing which doesn't matter, attack with something like that. Okay, so I'm pulling ahead with life, I've got a blocker, I've got protection just in case, I'm in a good position. They're playing black-white, which I'm sure there's going to be some removal here. If you're playing Orjav, you must have some removal. That's a Seraph. Okay, that's a pretty cool. That's a 4/3 with Vigilance, or a bunch of stuff. And they'll do that. Okay, so let's bring out... That's 5 mana in total. Let's bring out... Well, let's attack this way first. No blocks. Let's bring out a 4/4. I want a 5/5. Let's bring out a 4/4. Bring out a big old 4/4 because that's got reach. Protection from multicolored. And therefore, Seraph of the Scales will attack my Serpent, but I'll come out the winner because it's got protection from multicolored. Oops, they're looking at it, they're looking at it. They want to wreck it with their murder or something. Kaze is the opponent. And they are thinking very hard. They're looking at my UK flag sleeves and also thinking, how can I get my own amazing sleeves? Okay, So, got a lot of mana here. So, I'm gonna just hold off in the ground. Hold off in the ground stuff. My Stone Coil Serpent will be there. That can get Death Touch. They're gonna try to Death Touch, I suppose. Okay, so we'll do this to say nay. So Death Touch is nice when it works, but instead we get some of that. So we don't really need to get Lurrus in hand yet. And we'll just pass at that point to bluff. Hey there, how's it going? Sorry about that, I didn't see people's messages. Now they're appearing there, thanks so much. Sir Henry, sorry I don't speak Chinese, but welcome to the stream. And then there was also another message. Someone said something else, right? My thing wasn't... Oh, here we go. Dark Preacher, how are you doing? Welcome. Ready for Core 21? Yep, I am looking... I want that Grim Tutor so bad. And, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And thanks for the follow as well. Right there, totally appreciate it. So yeah, we're going to definitely talk about Core Set 2021. We're going to talk about Core Set 2021. Hey Stevie, how's it going? We're going to talk about the new cards. We're going to talk about strategy. All that good stuff. So thanks everyone for visiting. Oh man, another Kaya's Wrath. Okay, so that's nice, I suppose. So, companions have been nerfed now, and they probably have a bunch of removal in their hands, so they're about to take out my companion, but I guess that's okay. They already used a bunch of removal right now, wiping the board twice. So let's see how that goes. So, Core Set 2021, well, after this game, we'll look at a few of the new cards. Oops, Elspeth. We'll look at a few cards of the new set right after this match. Alright, cool. So, how about we make like a 7/7 from the graveyard? Is that a thing that we can do? Pay 2. Select a value for X. Pay 2. What does that mean? No, I want to pay 7. Huh. Auto tap, what? Oh, why is it... Why did it do that? What am I missing? Why couldn't I summon that as a... Why couldn't I summon that as a... 7/7? Okay. Been in 3 different pre-releases with you. Why the heck have I not followed you on here? I don't know. You know, we have a lot of stuff going on through life, and then sometimes these little things like that might fall by the wayside, but that's not a problem at all. I appreciate follows at any point. Man, Kaya is gonna wreck stuff. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay, they wrecked my graveyard, I guess, but I guess the graveyard is important in my case because it's got stuff that I can recast with Lurrus, but I've got a bunch of creatures to attack with, so... And I've got 38 life, so let's see how that goes. You should put your thingy in the description. Which thingy? I do have in the description there the code and such. So the triple blocking on that. Hey, okay, well, I guess. And then after that, we get Healer's Hawk back, and Kaya is going to keep wrecking my graveyard, so the donation thing. That was their third board wipe. So, okay, Kazi, I guess that's one way to play. Yeah, let's put it into the. I'll put it in the chat, and then Will can also put it in. I've got too many of these donations. You gotta be specific about which one do we mean. So, for example, PayPal.com/me VMCompos. Whoops. .me VMCompos. That's one place where people can donate. The thing that does the ads thing. Yeah, I just need to kind of get good with all of that. Basilica Bell Hunt. Sure, comes back to my hand. Alright, so this opponent's been pretty annoying. They've got... Okay, let's start this one over, because I just have lands, and they have 2 planeswalkers, so let's do this again. Okay, we need to get rid of black creatures. We don't need to disenchant anything. Need to pacify some things. Maybe exile some big things. Put 2 Luruses in there. So what do we want to do? Let's cut this back just a little bit like that. Okay, let's give that a try. So how's everyone doing so far today? Did you anything cool today? I took it very easy today. I didn't really work very hard. Today I needed some time off. I go back to work on Monday, and I really wanted to take the weekend off, although tomorrow I have to go back into the mode of more work, so that's why I'm hanging out with everyone on the stream today. Doing a little bit of Magic gameplay. So while the opponent thinks, let's switch over to the web browser for a moment. So there's a lot of news to talk about today. There's some new cards. There's a new set, Core Set 2021. So we'll talk about what cards are coming up, the product overview, so many new cards, so many new card styles, reprints. I was just telling the Dark Preacher that I want that Grim Tutor. Plus we've also got some IRL cards, vintage cards to look at. Yeah, my opponent's still sideboarding. So we've got a full plate of things to do. Why not Chrome? Okay, Boomer. That's my answer to that, because Chrome has been around since 2009, and there's other web browsers out there that exist. I was using Chrome for a long time, yes, and I was on the Chrome bandwagon day one, but I just feel it's way too bloated nowadays. I think it's slower than it was ever before. It's not like the top dog web browser like it used to be. And I like Opera as the. Now, obviously, we're all joking around here, so it's all cool. Let's not worry. But anyway, yeah. So I like Opera. It's just an alternative. You know, all the web browsers do the same thing. They all let you go to the websites, and whoops, sorry about the refrain from spamming caps thing. Sometimes my thing is a little too zealous. Okay, we're gonna make this outside so huge. Look at that, it's a 5/7. How did this suddenly become a 5/7? I don't know. My opponent's about to try to murder it, I guess, but then I've got a couple of ways to protect it. Speaking of alternative web browsers, I've also got this other one called Vivaldi. So one thing you love about Chrome is it reminds you of your passwords. Yeah, the cool thing is that a lot of these... Okay, here it comes. Ha ha. The thing that a lot about these web browsers is that the one gets like the great idea to to do something, and then suddenly a different web browser gets the same idea. So you definitely see there's another revoke existence. Ha ha. I'm trying to do my best Nelson from The Simpsons expression. Don't need that. Well, maybe. Kind of. No, I didn't need that. Okay, so one problem with dealing with an Orzhov player is that there's a whole bunch of kill spells. Ooh, Luminous Broodmoth, sure. That's a big one. But let's do a little bit of this. Let's see if they take the bait for the gingerbread man. Or my Alseed. Okay, so if they kill that, that's fine. They are going to finally bring out... You like it because it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Thanks. Kunoros, not good. Okay. So, they've got one of those. They're going to attack in the air, but I got 36 life, so I don't care. I need to get my removal. Come on, removal. That's not removal, but... They're going to block with their 2-1. Gonna make some creatures. Okay, they're gonna block with a 3-3. Okay, I can live with that, because then I'll take out their creature. They gain back a little life. Actually, that's gonna keep coming back to life. You know what? If I don't get my removal, this is just gonna be game over, because that Luminous Broodmoth is amazing. So they're going to attack, gain some life back. Gonna have one of those, whatever. That is one more, and their hand is clear. Okay, so come on, removal. It's not removal. So this game is slipping away. They've got too much life gain. They had a lot of removal. They've got a lot of creatures. They've got everything's got life gain. So if I don't start pulling some good stuff, you know, if they get their Planeswalker, yeah, forget it. This Broodmoth is too good. So let's just move on. We were going to look at some other things. We were going to look at... Here's some of the top stories in the world of Magic. We've got a brand new core set that's coming. Let's see here. Which one should we look at? Let's look at this one. Collecting Core Set 2021. So Mark Tyrion is talking about... So here's a bunch of brand new cards that are coming to Magic. A brand new Teferi card with a brand new border. It's actually a mixture of the old border from the 90s plus a modern border. And here's the new Teferi card. Here's the new Teferi card. 4 mana, 3 loyalty. This is already like... Let me just zoom in more. This is already like... Let's count how broken this is. You may activate loyalty abilities of this card on any player's turn. Anytime you could cast an instant. So, let's break this down. You pay 4 mana and you summon Teferi, Master of Time. You then do the +1 or -3 or whatever. Cool, you pass your turn. On your opponent's turn, you could do the loyalty ability as well. So you get 2 times to do the loyalty ability. And if you're playing Commander or any other multiplayer, you are able to activate that on all of your opponent's turns. Let's say you're in Commander, you do your Teferi, it comes in at 3, you do +1 on your turn, now it's at 4. You do it on your opponent's, now it's a 5. You do it on one more opponent, it's a 6. You do it one more opponent, it's a 7. You're already 7 loyalty by the time it comes back to you, if it doesn't die, in one whole turn in Commander. 4 mana. Okay, what are you getting with +1? Draw a card, then discard. So, okay, well, be careful about that. You're going to draw cards, and then you're going to discard. -3. Target creature that you don't control phases out. Phasing is an ability. Yep, exactly. Opera has a VPN. That's one of the reasons I like it, too. Phasing is an ability that is very complicated and from the 90s, and basically it makes something cease to exist. It doesn't go to the exile zone. It doesn't go to these other zones. It just stops existing. So I don't know how that actually works with commanders. Normally a commander, or in Brawl, your commander, when a commander moves from zone to zone, normally you can pick where it goes. If someone exiles your commander in Brawl or Commander, you can pick to put it back to your command zone. Phasing, I don't know. I don't think, from what I understand, I don't think it lets you do that. So phasing temporarily for the rest of the turn makes something not exist at all. So that's a -3. -10, take 2 extra turns after this one. So once you get to that ultimate, you do -10, you get to take 2 turns. And again, in a multiplayer, you'll be able to activate these things so fast, +1. You know, I guess now that you think about it, you draw the card, but you discard. So if you drew an amazing card, you have to discard it unless you have another thing to discard. So, yep, that's one of the new cards right there. What else? We have Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. It is an 8 mana, colorless planeswalker. Starts at 7 loyalty. +2. Ugin deals 3 damage to any target. So that could be 3 damage to a creature, a player, or a planeswalker. Yeah, my universal chat thing here is not showing people. Oh, there it is right there. It's showing Tor. Yep, Tor is definitely going to be better. Although I do read up about all this like privacy stuff and I care about it. You know, I donate to the EFF and the ACLU. But Tor, if someone is like a super hacker, Tor is still not the most completely secure thing. So if you need to do like completely secure things, there's no such thing online, unfortunately. But Tor is a very good way. Anyway, so good ultimate, I think it is. Wonder if the ultimate will be in other planeswalkers. The only way to get that ultimate onto other planeswalkers is if you have that nickel bolus that steals everyone's abilities. Aren't they trying to phase out planeswalkers for Commander, or did they not? Nope, not at all. Planeswalkers are still totally important to them. And if you play Brawl, you can have a planeswalker as your commander, aka Brawlmander. Playing Classic Commander, you can only have legendary creatures. But in Brawl, you can have legendary creatures or planeswalkers. So they're not phasing out they're not phasing out planeswalkers at all. I think it's just a rumor. Okay, -X. Exile each permanent with converted mana cost of X or less. That's 1 or more colors. Now be careful, this will hurt yourself as well. Because if you do -X of 1, all of your opponent's 1/1 mana dorks get exiled, as well as your own stuff. So it does it to everything. Be careful to count properly, and that only you count your opponent's things. -10. You gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanents from your hand to the battlefield. So that's basically you can cast 7 things for free. They say it that way because those can include lands, and you don't cast a land, you just play a land. So when they say put 7 from your hand, permanents, onto the battlefield, that would include lands as well. So -10, get 7 cards, get 7 life, and cast 7 things for free. Pretty amazing. Let's look at one more. They're also changing the lands. So there's going to be special lands for every planeswalker, and on Core Set 2021 there are going to be 5 planeswalkers. It's going to be Teferi in blue, Chandra in red, Liliana in black, and then I'll mention the other two on the next one in a moment. Oh, you wonder if you already had Opera. Now you usually have to go install it yourself, so it might not be there automatically. But anyway, the colors, the lands are also going to have special art for the Planeswalkers. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. Let's do a little bit more gameplay, and then we'll get back into looking at more Magic news and so forth. I'm very close to getting today's dailies, so let's play a little bit more here. Let's see if we get some better RNG. Oh, you said you wonder how you already had it. Okay. Sometimes when you install some software, as you go through the installation process, sometimes it says, also install this, and it might have been part of another package where you installed something, and then it also installed. See what's going on with the shuffler. So far that I've been playing today, the shuffler has been pretty horrible. Anyway, let's not get into conspiracy theories, but let's do a little bit of gameplay. So turn 1, Ginger Brute, turn 2, Glaring Aegis, then that protects me with God's Willing or Karametra's Blessing. Yeah, Paper Magic, it's definitely, I miss it as well. Going over to the Jack in the Box, shout out to Jack in the Box, proud sponsor of the podcast. One day, I hope. And I keep saying podcast. Proud sponsor of the stream. I hope one day. I should probably read this stuff before I download it. Yes. Reading the card explains the card. Speaking of which, everyone tell me right now, in 5 seconds, without thinking about it, what's your favorite card? Type it right now. What's your favorite Magic card? Ooh, they're gonna do some Ozolith shenanigans, eh? That means I'm gonna need to sideboard in my Disenchant. I know, right? Getting a sponsorship from, any restaurant. I would love a sponsorship. I'd totally be eating their food right on stream and totally promoting them. Departed Deckhand, yep, that's an easy one, definitely. Who else? Sir Henry, the Dark Preacher. What's your favorite Magic card? Yell it out, and everyone that is also there on chat. What is your favorite Magic card? I've got way too many. A lot of the ones that are my favorite are these old ones that are just for nostalgia. But there's a lot that I like to play. So here's one that I'll put in there at our car unicorn. I'll put it there in the chat, and then we'll see it on stream in a moment. Well, I guess maybe I can even pull it up now because my opponent's connection crashed or something, or they're roping me. Let me pull that up. Yeah, well, my opponent figures out what they're doing. Here's one of my favorite cards, and it's totally all about the artwork. Look at that amazing artwork by Quentin Hoover. It is a 3-mana 2/2, but it's a mana dork, and it taps for blue. However, it only lets you tap for blue I guess my opponent is back. It only lets you tap to create mana for cumulative upkeep, which is extinct. Squirrel Dealer, yeah, I love that one. That's the one that you have to ask someone, hey, do you like squirrels? And if they say yes, you get a free squirrel, right? I remember looking at it during the preview event. I remember they had Megan from Good Luck High Five, and she was totally wearing a cosplay, and she was so this person's definitely living their dream about. I should have flashed that in. Anyway, this person is totally living their dream about getting the crystalline giant plus their ozolith so that once it gets killed, although it's got hexproof, so I can't actually kill it through magical realms. Now it's got flying. Okay, that's not so bad. I won't be able to block it anymore. As long as it doesn't get life gain, life link, I don't care. But I guess I'm still far enough ahead that 2 giants, that deserves a nice. Then their final land. Okay, so guess I'll have a flyer here. Do some attacking. However, I will activate this so that it definitely gets through. There we go. Okay. So if they attack with their giant in the air, I can Karametras's Blessing my hawk unless they get something good. They got a trample. Okay, that's not so bad. They're going to trample in the air, which then I will bless. I will try to bless my hawk so that it gets strong enough to hit their giant. They might have... No, they don't have anything. Okay, good. And then we will trade that, which is okay with me. Alright, so everything falls off. That's about to get flying. Okay, check it. That's so funny that the... all of those counters moved on to the artifact, and now the artifact is flying. This is the first time ever that you can actually see a flying artifact. Ooh, okay, this will be nice. This will be game over, because that is a 7/9 plus unblockable, and we're going in with a 7/9 unblockable. GG. Okay, so the opponent cares about counters and stuff. Disenchant will deal with that, and Revoke Existence will deal with that. And if I don't get that in time, I can pacify these creatures. So what we need to do... I'm going to cut down a little bit over here, like that. Actually, Sentinel's Eyes will be useful because if I go with my unblockable Ginger Brute, then we'll be good. So apologies to everyone if you came to the stream last week. I didn't do the stream last week. I needed to take some time off, so there was no stream last week, but we're back today. And we've got various challenges to try to complete, plus gameplay and answering questions and all that good stuff. I want to open up one of the question of the day from my question of the day book. Today is 6/6/20, May, June. Today's question of the day. So here's a question. Some of these are, hey, Mark, how are you doing? You're just in time for the question of the day. Right after I try to wreck this player. So the question of the day is, which family member are you closest to? However, one defines family. So what family member are you closest to? Got a heartless act on that. Sure. Very lucky that I didn't have my protection. There's my protection. Yeah, the new animation on the companions is weird now that they nerfed companions. We got a YOLO Yorvo. Okay. Well, in theory, I've got ways to deal with it. That's not a way to deal with it. But guess I've got to bring out a creature here. They'll probably have another murder here, so... Not a murder, but a, whatever that thing's called. So we've got some answers coming in. Mom, your partner. Very nice. Thanks for sharing all of that, everyone. Sometimes the questions... check Discord. He did something funny on Discord.